Morning, little Joe, Mr. Cartwright.
Tuck. Yeah, what'd you do to your leg?
Well, I got a new stallion out to my place. Tried to bust him. He blamed near busted me.
When are you gonna learn to leave the bad ones to the good riders?
Well, his name fooled me. Mama's boy. Ain't that a name for a horse that's half meanness and another half even meaner?
Hey, Tuck, when are you going to come out and have supper with us?
Thanks, Mr. Cartwright, but I got a lot of things to do out at the ranch, and, well, I can't nothing drag me away till they're done.
Come on now, there's other things in life besides running that spread of yours.
Well, yeah, like what?
Like having supper with friends or playing a little poker, dancing with some girls.
If you had a spread as big as Tuck's here, you wouldn't have any time for that dancing and poker play. Tuck, come on out. You're always welcome out at the Ponderosa.
Thank you.
Really, how's the leg feeling?
Oh, tolerable.
Just tolerable, huh?
How come you're so spruced up?
I'm gonna meet some friends of Pa's from back east, Philadelphia. I figure with some of the riff-raff running around the street here, I gotta try to make a good impression.
Well, the tie don't help that much.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you.
Ben Cartwright, you old...
Son of a gun. How are you, Mart?
Hey, you look wonderful.
Feel wonderful. You look wonderful yourself. It's my youngest boy. Little Joe, it's Mr. Melvin.
Mr. Melvin, a pleasure to meet you.
How
I
are
heard an
you,
awful
son?
lot about the old days from Bob.
Lucy, dear.
Lucy, this is Ben Cartwright and his son, Little Joe, my daughter, Lucinda.
Well, Miss Lucinda, what a pleasure. Welcome to Virginia City and to the Ponderosa.
It's my pleasure, man. Listen, let me get the bags for you. Which ones are they?
Oh, let me give you a hand.
No, that's all right. I got them.
All right.
Here they are right here.
These three?
That's it.
Martin. But, you know, I can't believe it's been that long since we've seen each other.
Oh, it is, Ben. The gray in our hair should prove that.
Sure does.
Hey, you didn't tell me about her.
Tuck, I thought you were only interested in meeting horses.
Martin?
Thank you, Ben. Oh, thank you, Joe.
Right, didn't have too dusty a trip, did you?
No, fine trip all the way.
Mr. Cartwright, I'd like to accept that kind invitation of yours for supper tonight.
Tuck, I thought you said that nothing could ever get you away from that ranch of yours.
What ranch?
In that case, we'll expect you tonight. I remember you leaving St. Louis to go back east like it was yesterday. Martin, it can't be 28 years.
It is, though, Ben. It is. I never thought when I left I'd be corralled in Philadelphia, a place I'd never even heard of.
Well, I'm sure glad to see that you've done so well.
Yes, I've made some money. You know, the best thing that ever happened to me, though, was meeting Ada there and not having Lucy. That was Ada.
Beautiful woman.
Yes, she was. All the way. I lost Ada when Lucy was just 5. Ben, you have no idea what it is to raise a child all by yourself.
Oh, of course I don't.
No, you're talking about boys. I mean a woman child. I tell you, Ben, the human female filly is a woman grown down instead of up. She's just as hard to make out as her big sister. Lucy's always been a puzzle to me.
Well, that's because you spoil the heck out of her. An only child, a girl.
No, it's not what bothers me, Ben. See, Lucy was a sickly child. She spent a good many years in bed. And had to take it easy for a long time after that. Well, as a result, she found all of her companionship in books instead of in people. Now that she's grown and healthy, she still does. Mostly poetry and romantic novels.
Well, you know, young girls and romantic novels go together like strawberries and cream.
Yes, but Lucy gets all of her ideas of life out of these books. She hardly ever comes down to bedrock. I thought that out here we still have to claw some just to stay alive. She might just come down to earth.
And neither of you have read this latest book by Mr. Charles Dickens.
No, not me.
Well, I suppose it is understandable. Tale of Two Cities was only published this year. Probably hasn't reached the Virginia City bookstores yet.
The bookstores? Yeah, the bookstores.
Miss Lucinda, I'd sure admire to read it.
Well, I'd be very happy to lend it to you. As soon as I finish reading it. Again. Oh, I'm especially fond of Sidney Carton.
Friend of yours?
Oh, you are silly. Well, he's a person in the book. Well, the hero, a ne'er-do-well, a drunkard who nobly redeems himself.
I didn't know a souse, a drunk, could be a book hero.
Oh, he was a wonderful hero. You see, Sidney Carton was in love with a beautiful woman by the name of Lucy Manette.
I bet she ain't any prettier than you are, Miss Lucinda.
Thank you. All my friends call me Lucy. I hope you both will.
You just talked us into it.
Tell us more about the other one.
Well, Lucy Manette was in love with a handsome man by the name of Charles Darnell. But Charles was in prison, and they were just about to execute him. Oh, but Sidney Carton loved Lucy so much. Do you know what he did?
No, tell me.
He sneaked into Charles Darnay's cell, drugged him senseless, and took his place in prison, and died in his stead.
Was that a pretty nearsighted guard if he couldn't tell the difference between them?
Oh, but they looked alike. Now, do you know what Sidney Carton said just as they were about to execute him? What his very last words were?
No, what were they?
So long, I guess.
Oh, nobody ever says so long in a book by Mr. Charles Dickens. Well, not when they're about to die, anyway. No, what he said was, "It is a far, far better thing I do than anything I have ever done." Isn't that a beautiful epitaph?
Sorry, I think the whole thing is pretty silly.
What?
Well, the way I look at it, this fellow would have been a lot better off if he just let well enough alone. His rival dies, and he has a girl he's in love with.
Apparently you don't understand this kind of nobility. This was an ideal sort of love.
Oh, come on. There's a big difference between being noble and being stupid.
Listen, if Lucy says something's noble, then it's downright noble. And don't you go saying anything she says is stupid.
Look, I'm not arguing with Lucy. I'm arguing with this fella Dickens, the guy who wrote the book. What, are you taking up for Dickens or something?
Don't you start weaseling.
Who's weaseling?
He ain't here, and she is. And if she says something is noble, it is. And don't say anything she says is silly.
Look, if I want to say that something is silly that this guy Dickens says, or he's stupid, or anything I want to say, I'm going to say it, whether it's Dickens or this guy Carton or Napoleon Bonaparte, if I want to say it.
Joseph? Supper's ready. I'm sorry that Adam and Hoss are so late. Of course, they're coming a long way.
I can hardly wait to see the sights around here.
I'd sure admire to show you myself. Be an honor.
I'm sorry, Tuck, but Lucy already has a guide. Me.
I'd be delighted to have two such exceptional guides.
What do you think you'd like to see? Now, Adam and Hoss are doing some branding down at the South Creek.
Oh, no, thank you. I mean, oh, well, I've heard about branding. I don't think I'd enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't suppose that'd be too interesting for a young lady.
How about Indian's grief?
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. Just the ticket.
What is it?
It's just an old Indian landmark.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Joe. It's more than just an old Indian landmark. It's probably the most romantic spot around here.
Really? Oh, please tell me about it.
Well, see, the Indians, that is, the Paiutes, believe that a great chief is buried at Indian's grief. They mourn him. Because according to their legend, at the very beginning of time, the great Manitou, that is the great spirit, visited his wrath upon them. And after many men, women, and children had died, the medicine men told the chief that the only way that the great Manitou could be appeased would be if the chief sacrificed his eldest son to him.
No.
Well, the chief prayed to the great Manitou and asked that he be allowed to take the place of his son. He dressed himself in his finest garments, and he mounted his favorite horse, and he rode to the very top, the highest cliff, and he leaped off.
What a beautiful story.
The Paiutes are very superstitious about Indians' grief. They never walk around the rocks there. It's taboo. They don't mind white men doing it, but it's sacrilege for a Paiute.
Well, Lucy, dear, there's the romantic West you've been looking for.
Oh, I can hardly wait to see it. When can we go?
Well,
I
if you
think
well, if you really want to go,
seeing it was my idea. I'll take you there tomorrow myself.
How about some more cake?
Oh, no.
not for me.
There you are.
Oh, sorry, we're late.
Got held up.
Well, come on in and sit down and have something. Hoss and Adam, my two sons. Meet our guests, Miss Lucinda Melvany.
Hey, country around here's getting prettier all the time.
And I'd like you to meet the father of the country, my old friend, Mr. Martin Melvany.
Happy to meet you, sir.
Hoss, Adam.
Well, how's the branding coming along?
Fine, boy. If that bunch of renegade Paiutes don't show up.
You around here now?
Well, sort of close by, it seems. A few days ago, they killed a couple of fellers and a woman over at Savage Station. Day before yesterday, they killed a man and a little 11-year-old boy out at the Smiths.
Apparently they were all young bucks. One of the men at Smith's recognized the leader. And guess who it was, Joe?
Who?
Your old friend Sharp Tongue.
What?
Who is Sharp Tongue?
He's an Indian boy I used to go to school with. Father wanted him to learn the ways of the white man. I'm afraid it didn't work out.
Why? Was he an evil little boy?
No, he was an Injun. Afraid children borrow the thinking of their parents. Made it worse, he was a proud Indian. Me, I admired him for it.
He did more than that, miss. More than once little Joe got beat up defending him.
Little Joe. It's a terribly noble thing to do.
Why, he was just my friend.
I wish you'd had more friends. Those murders stem all the way back to that little schoolhouse, I'm afraid. Probably get worse.
It's just not fair that... You should take me to see Indian's grief now. You promised days ago, and here you are, you're just backing down on your promise. I'm losing my patience with both of you.
Lucy, you're gonna have to be patient a little bit longer. At least wise till those renegade Indians are out of this part of the country. It's not safe until then.
We got time. You've been here less than a week.
Really, you two, you're so silly. Afraid of a few frightened Indians. And James Fenimore Cooper's book, The Last of the Mohicans, why...
Come on, Lucy, not another book writer. These are not storybook Indians. They're real and they're dangerous. They're not gonna set you up as some great white princess and worship you. No matter what you've read in books, because these Indians have not read the same books.
You don't have to be angry with me.
That's right. You ain't got no call to rear up and stomp on her like that.
Oh, come on, Tuck. We both seen what these renegades do to white women. It's not pretty. Now, we're not going until it's safe, and that's all there is to it.
He's right. They ain't playing games.
Hey. Come on, are we still friends?
Sure we are. I guess I did jump on you a little quick. I'm sorry. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Hey, wait a second. It looks like a little stone bruise. Be all right tomorrow. Lucy, you'll have to ride with me now.
Slow down a minute. My horse has got a gait like a rocking chair. Lucy's going to be a lot more comfortable back of me. You got to think of her.
You know, Tuck, I just don't believe you. You're so noble. You know, you make that fella Sid Carton look like a tin horn. I'll tell you what we'll do, though. We'll flip a coin for it.
Let me see that there coin.
If you can't trust your friends, who can you trust? Call it in the air.
Heads. Doggone. Little Joe, you just hang on to that there lucky coin.
Tuck. That's the lame horse. Tuck. And anytime you're ready.
Thank you, Tuck.
Thank you. Well, well, so long. So long, little Joe.
See you, Tuck.
See you tomorrow, Lucy.
Bye, Tuck.
So long. You really think you're being fair to Tuck?
Fair?
Yeah. Well, Tuck's whole life has been the ranch. Ever since he was a little boy before his folks died, that's all he's thought about. Never even had a girl of his own. And all of a sudden you come along, and he falls for you.
I like Tuck. I like him very much.
Everybody likes Tuck. There's a big difference between like and the way he feels about you.
You seem to be very sure that I couldn't learn to return that love.
You and Tuck? No. You don't have anything in common. Nothing at all, but it doesn't matter to Tuck because he loves you. You know, to him, you're not even a girl. You're a princess out of a storybook.
Oh, little Joe. Sometimes a girl wants to be treated like a princess.
Dear, why don't you come along with us? We're going out to Timberwolf Mine.
We sure wish you would. We haven't seen near enough of you. Now I understand you'll be leaving for home in a couple of days.
Going home?
I'm sorry, dear. I meant to tell you. We're going to have to leave sooner than we planned. Timberwolf people are insisting that I go back east immediately to organize a mining syndicate.
I understand, Daddy.
All right, dear.
Mr. Cartwright, I hope you'll excuse me. I'm really very tired. I think I'll just stay here and rest.
Of course.
You take care, dear.
Here.
We'll see you. Well, we're gonna miss you.
Thank you. Well, I miss everything.
Gee, I'm afraid my whole morning's pretty well taken up. I have to deliver some supplies to my brothers down in South Creek. Of course, I could stay here a little while with you if you wanted me to.
Oh, no, please. I think I'll just stay at home and catch up on some reading I have.
Well, better be on my way. You sure you don't want me to stay with you?
No, please.
Okay. We'll see you later. tell me.
Yeah, I tried to bust Mama's boy this morning. That dang horse rode me again. Getting tiresome of him stepping on the same foot. You'd think he'd want some variety.
I noticed it didn't stop you from courting Lucy, though.
Where is Lucy?
She's in the house, isn't she?
Oh, I figured she's with you. The horse she's been riding's gone.
It's funny. She said she was going to stay around the house and read. Yeah, one of the hands must have taken her horse. She's probably upstairs reading one of her romantic stories in some kind of a trance. Hey, Lucy! Hey, Lucy! Now, knowing that girl, she's probably hiding somewhere under the furniture, laughing about it. Hey, Lucy, you in the kitchen?
What is it?
It's a note from Lucy. When I learned we were going home in a couple of days, I just couldn't leave without seeing Indian's grief. Don't worry. After the way we warned her.
Well, we'll just go fetch her. She's probably sitting up there in that rock by herself.
Yeah, if the Paiute renegades don't find her first.
I'll get the horses.
I'll leave a note for Pa. Tell him where we're going.
Indian's grief.
Tokene, go!
Sharptown.
Joe Cartwright.
It's been a long time.
Let her be!
I see you've changed your name, Sharptongue. Now they call you He Who Scares Women.
You used to speak for me, Cartwright. Now you speak against me.
I used to speak for the man who was my friend. I don't know you anymore.
I have changed. I no longer take insults. I no longer take beatings. I no longer am a boy in the white man's school.
So now you spend the rest of your life killing innocent people for the insults of ignorant children.
I was a child, too.
You're not a child anymore. You know, you once told me that the ways of the Indian were better and wiser than those of the white man. Is this how you prove it? By burning, by murdering? By proving that you're worse than the worst of us?
Paiute still better than white man. You'll see.
The only thing I'll see is you hanging from the end of a rope.
No. I saw this shirt in a dream. When I woke, I made shirt, just like in dream. As long as I wear shirt, nothing evil can happen to me. Manitou himself promised it in the dream. Because you were once my friend, now I do more for you, Cartwright, than white man would if he were on the warpath and had Paiute as prisoner. You are free. Go!
She's my woman. He's my friend, as we were friends in school. Let them go, too.
She is pretty for a white woman. But too small for work. 2 times, Cartwright, you try to save me from beating by other boys. And you are beaten with me. I show you I am better than white men. For those 2 beatings, I give you 2 lives. Yours and one other. Choose.
What are you waiting for? Take her with you. Go on. Please. Come on. Go away with him, Lucy. Please. I'll be all right.
Go quickly, Cartwright, and do not come back. The next time we meet, remember, I will owe you nothing.
Sharp tongue can always change his mind.
Stay put and be quiet.
It's an old Indian game. He gets a head start, length of a bow shot. If he can outrun him, he lives.
And if not, he dies.
Kawina!
You think you can find your way back? All right, then get going.
He can't die now. I love him, little Joe. I love him.
Lucy, listen to me. If you love him, then do what I say. I left a note for Pa. He knows where we are. You'll probably meet him on the way back. Tell him what's happening and tell him to hurry. Now go on. When does Sharp Tongue play woman's sport?
I told you the next time we meet, I would kill you.
This is woman's sport. My friend's leg is hurt. He can't run. If you want sport worthy of a warrior, let me take his place. Let him go free. And try to kill me if you can. I could always outfight you and outrun you. I still can.
You know the game. You will have no weapon.
I know the game.
If you get away alive, he lives. But if you don't, he dies too. Go, Cartwright.
What's going on?
I'm taking your place.
You can't do it.
With that leg, you wouldn't have a chance. Now get going.
Ben, I'm going to see if Lucy's in her room.
Martin,
Yes, Ben?
Lucy's not in the room.
What?
According to Little Joe's note here, she was headed for Indian's Grief. Yeah, the renegade pirates were seen around there.
Shall we get some more men?
No, there's no time for that. Let's go.
Sharp Tongue, the spirit of the great chief will destroy you if you fight on his burial grounds.
My shirt will protect me. Uno Hashif. Cartwright, now I kill you.
You all right, son? You all right?
Yep, I'm fine. Yeah, I had to kill Sharp Tongue. Rest of his braves rode off towards the reservation.
Well, without Sharp Tongue, they've no leader, no purpose. Let's go home.
Little Joe, thank you, son. Thank you very much.
Me too.
Little Joe. I'm sorry that my foolish romantic curiosity almost got you killed. But you were as noble as Sidney Carton.
Maybe you'll know the difference now between living and what you read in storybooks. Hey, wait, not so fast. Doesn't the best man get a kiss from the bride?
Now, what about the ushers?
Hey, you got your kids back at the wedding.
Oh, wait a minute. When you got a whole gold mine, you ain't gonna be chinchy over a couple of little nuggets, are you?
Yeah. Take your nuggets and make them small.
Look,
Good luck.
Thank you, little Joe. Little Joe, I've learned my lesson. Oh, I'm gonna be a good wife to him. I'm gonna cook for him. I'm gonna be practical. I'm gonna even learn to sew and make my own clothes.
I know you will.
All right, little Joe. Our turn now.
Little Joe, I'd admire having a word with you.
Sure, bridegroom.
Excuse me, huh?
What's up?
I just want you to know, I especially appreciate your saving me.
Oh, come on, forget it.
What account of you being in love with Lucy yourself?
What?
I realize you didn't want to own up to it out there at Indian's Grief, but I know the truth. And I know it took a lot to save the life of a fella who was in love with your best girl.
Who did that?
Don't listen. You did exactly what that carton hombre did in that there book of Lucy's.
Are you out of your head? I didn't...
Don't you fret. I ain't going to tell anybody, especially Lucy.
Doug, come on.
Hey, Tuck, that stage is ready.
Thank you, Mr. Cartwright.
Tuck, my very best wishes.
Thank you.
I know.
Pop?
Take good care of her, Chuck.
I will.
Watch your head.
Let her go.
Bye. What's the matter, General? What's the matter?
I just can't believe it. She's starting to think like him, and he's starting to think like her.
Well, that's good. They say that compromise is the secret of a happy marriage.
Yeah, but they just got married.
Well?
I mean, can you picture it a year from now? He'll be sitting there reading Dickens, and she'll be busting horses.